there's no doubt at this point that there are some very talented Tekken players across this continent, across Africa.
Yes.
But compared to other continents, it's fair to say that a lot of our scenes are quite small and still growing. I think
Okay.
South Africa probably has one of, if not the largest, like FGC in terms of the player base. And I'm not talking about just Tekken. I'm talking about fighting games in general.
Yeah.
And you've got some of the best players in the continent in other games, like Jabi M, who is arguably Africa's best Street Fighter player. I don't know if you've heard of him, but I would assume like your life is Tekken, so I can
Yeah.
understand that.
Very much
Um,
like that.
but yeah, a guy called Jabi M, who is arguably Africa's best Street Fighter players from South Africa.
Big time.
Shilgreed, who is one of Africa's best Mortal Kombat players. So at least from what I can tell or from what I've seen, like South Africa has amongst South African countries as one of the larger player bases. Um,
Yeah.
but on the basis of skill level, where would you rank South Africa and Tekken amongst the continent's other scenes?
What are you doing?
Is this another hard question?
Yes.
And as a
Because
follow
I'm
up,
gonna be honest.
that's what I'm hoping for. But as a follow up to that, as you're answering that, like, do you also feel like there's anything holding your scene back from being stronger than it currently is, if anything?
Um.
So yeah. So you can answer the yeah.
Okay. So I think from what I've seen from Ivoria,
Mm.
I would say between the two of you above South Africa. That's just me being that's just
Okay.
me being me. The
Okay.
only person I feel I can hold a torch to you guys possibly is BDM. I'm
Mm.
trading water. I'm trading water. I
Mm.
probably did
He's
well, I
he's
would
he's
say,
quite he's
against
very good.
Maui.
To be fair to him, he's very good. And is
Yeah.
he South African? Someone told me he's from Mozambique, but I'm not sure.
Kill
Is
me now. Just put me out of my misery then. What's
no
the
no no
point?
no no no
No?
no no no. That's not. I did. That's not what I meant, obviously. But
No, I
like,
know, I know.
yeah. Obviously, he's obviously. I can only assume he's based in South Africa now because he takes part in so many of your tournaments. BDM being Big Daddy Mike for
Yeah.
those of you watching that don't know. Yeah, he's a very good player.
Man's too
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
That's the thing. You can't be too good at this game.
So you would say Ivory Coast and Kenya above South Africa.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know much about any of the other scenes. You see, the
Mm,
thing is, I play you guys, so I
yeah,
know,
yeah,
you know? I've played Maui, so I
yeah,
know. I've played most of these guys in South Africa as well. So
yeah.
therefore I know I have actual data. And the thing that the thing that I think is holding us back partially is the fact that people don't realize that. People don't realize how, and it's not an insult because we can get better.
Mm,
We don't realize how far behind we actually are.
mm,
That I think is holding us back. We don't realize how much time and effort is actually going to be required
mm,
in order to get this right.
mm.
We sort of I don't know, complacent with the fact that I don't know, maybe certain people always win or we just can't beat them,
Mm.
and then we don't play them anymore. That's also a big thing. I don't know if that's a thing in your guys' scene as well, but it's a thing in this scene, at least online. Sorry, people
Uh,
stop playing if you beat them.
yeah, it's a thing where people get disheartened by taking L's or that I think we have that with a few players in our scene as well.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think for the most part, at least over here with uh, the small group of people that have consistently continued to play this game, like it's I'm gonna hold this L, but like I'm gonna learn something at the same time,
yeah.
and that's the right mindset to have. Something else I don't know. I'm sorry to bring this up, I don't think this is holding you back anymore because this is a problem you've effectively sort of gotten rid of. But something I always wonder is a player like Tekken Guru. I'm sorry to bring him up. Um,
Unfortunately. Yeah.
yeah. Um, I something I always wonder from time to time is how much better would you guys be if all your best players had this sort of collaborative spirit? You know what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah.
and you see it in pretty much every other scene. First of all, before I go into that, like Tekken Guru is a good player. Like there's no denying that. Like that's I think we can both agree. I think anyone who's played him can attest to that. But this, unfortunately, he's also a narcissist. Um, in that with the best players in most communities, the mindset is, yeah, I'm the best, but I'm not always going to be the best, and eventually someone is going to surpass me. And when they do, I want to help. I'm going to support them, and I want to help them be as good as they can be. And
Yeah.
we see that before I even leave Africa. You've seen that with Mickey in our community. He still claps us every week, but he's always giving people advice, giving tips. He started streaming, I think, a couple months ago. He's always giving people advice and being very supportive. You look at Ivory Coast, Ivoire, who I mentioned earlier. He lost. There was this big tournament they had called Battle of the Gods. That I think he placed second. Another player there called Skywalker, Lawmain, beat him. And he went on Twitter and he's like, you look, this is one of the younger guys in our scene, and he's really good. And like
Nice.
he was effectively like passing the torch to him, and he's
Yeah.
he's like he's propping him up, and he's like, this is the guy this is the next one. Like, I've done my
Yeah.
thing. This is the guy you should be looking out for now. Outside Africa, with so many other scenes, Knee, I can talk about Knee in South Korea. He's been holding his own tournaments for the longest time. He's obviously the best second player of all time, but at the same time, he's actively trying to like help the younger guys out. Like at his tournaments, when he does his lobbies online, he's giving people advice and that sort of stuff. Even though he's clapping them left, right, and center, you know. But with Tekken Guru, with the interactions I had with him, it was sort of like the sort of mindset I got from him is, I'm the best and I have to be the best and no one else can be the best. And I think that's something that held the community back for the longest time, because it's like, with someone like, because I'm the best, everyone has to do things my way, and if people
Yeah.
don't do things my way, like, you're my enemy. And it's like, that's like
Yeah.
for the
Who has enemies? What is his
yeah, I mean, it's not that deep, you know what I mean? And for the
villains and shit?
yeah, for the period of time that he he was like, what's the word I want to use? For the period of time that he was actively interacting with you people, I think that's something that was holding you back.
Yeah.
And f- you know, he's also engaged in some deplorable behavior that I don't want to get into, and I don't think it's my place to talk about that. That's experiences you guys have had with him, and you guys can talk about that in your own time. But like, I think um, obviously for various reasons he's been banned for going to like a number of offline tournaments and stuff like that. But like, something I always wonder is, if if only this guy sort of obviously he's not the only really good player you have Big Daddy Mike, you had another guy called Vibs. I wonder where he is now. The guy just sort of disappeared. I was playing with him regularly on PC like last year, then he just like disappeared. um but yeah, like, you guys have a number of like very good players, so you don't really need that guy. But I always wonder, like, if, like, in the position he was in, if he had that collaborative spirit, it was like, okay, I'm the best, but like, I want to help these others get better. I
Yeah.
That's something that just crosses my mind every so often. It's like, how much better would the rest of you be? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Look, there's like you said, there's a few really good players we have.
Yeah, And
But
you guys have effectively like eradicated that problem. And as you've just said, he's not the only really good player you have. You have the Big Daddy Mikes, the Daxes. You have yourself. There's, and all of you like, from what I can see, like actively trying to help the others get better, which is a good thing. Um,
yeah,
so yeah, that's that's something I just felt like was holding Yassine back for a period of time, but it's not anymore because, you know, he's
yeah, he's gone.
he's gone. Yeah. Um.
Look, I still think we could do with a little bit more collaboration. I'm not gonna
Of
lie, especially
course. Yeah.
between
You always could.
uh,
Yeah.
especially between the top players. But the problem is we are scattered in different provinces.
Mm.
You take Spag, for example. I just want to pick his brain, but
Mm.
he's like on the other side of the world, logistically,
Wait.
you
Is
know.
I
And
thought Spark was from Cape Town. Is he? Where's he from?
no, no, I think he lives in Joburg.
Oh.
I
Okay.
don't even really know. Yeah, but he's not in Cape Town, and
Yeah.
Cape Town is kind of big already, and I don't really get much opportunity to travel.
Yeah.
When I did go to Joburg last year, it was because I'd actually won the qualifier to get sent to Joburg
Mm.
to participate
That
in
that
that
was
tournament,
that was for Rush, if I remember correctly. Was
Rush
it?
2019.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the first Dragon Ninja laser I
Laser
won.
eyes. Yeah.
Look, I've asked about the title, but I don't know.
It's
I've
it's a mouthful, and I understand.
it's
The
yeah.
title is. We can
Anyway,
just say DNLE.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
went there, and that was literally the first time I'd been on an aeroplane or outside my province.
Wow.
So
Okay.
while it would be ideal, obviously, to get us all together, it's difficult.
I can
And
imagine. Yeah.
yes, if we could, I think we would catapult
Mm.
because, like I say, I just want to sit in a room for an hour with Spag, an hour playing, and then an hour talking about playing. That's all I want. But
Mm.
it's not gonna. I mean, I'll play him online, but it's just not the same.